I mean, really, it's like beating a dead horse at this point. It's so obvious. And there's no reason for it. Sitting back taking notes on me, orchestrating accusations of mental illness and incompetence, saying that I'm negligent of my son, that I don't want to work for a living, that I don't care if he has a roof over his head, I don't care if he has clothes to wear. Lie upon lie upon lie. And I refuse to accept that. You didn't have to do any of this. I've had snitches walk up to me in public places, start grilling me about the Boston bombing. Tell me, you better tell them what you know, you better tell them. If you don't, they're going to find out anyway. Okay, I've never been to Boston. I don't know anything about Boston. I've never had anything to do with terrorists. If I had ever known a terrorist, I would have been the first person to call the cops. So, sorry, can't help you there. Sure, I'll be glad to tell the cops everything I know. Sure. Okay, lady, tell us what you know. I don't know a fucking thing, officer. I'm sorry. What else do you want me to say? And that scares the shit out of me because I'm not a terrorist and I'm not guilty of terrorism. And I love my country. And I think, to me, we ought to just bomb the fuck out of the motherfuckers until they decide they've got their own problems and can't spend their time terrorizing the United States. We find their homes in ruin and our country torn to shreds. I think they'll have other things to do besides sitting back trying to play terrorist games with us. And that's what's so tragic about it is I'm not a terrorist, and I love my country. So what the fuck? Isn't this what the whole war on terrorism is? I know I'm innocent, and I know what my son and I are being put through. So explain to me why there are these two innocent people being victimized by these types of accusations. And if I know I'm innocent, I know my son is, and who else is innocent? And it just makes me question the whole terrorist accusation to begin with, and the people that are accused of terrorism in other countries that are accused of it. What if they're not guilty? And what if this is all delusion made up by some assholes in these little snitch games that my son and I go through on a daily basis? What if that's what's being done to them in other countries too? What if they're not guilty either? I mean, I know there's some terrorists out there, but it just makes me wonder how many of them are innocent like we are. Even though I don't know them, I've never been to the Middle East, and I don't have any desire to leave the country or anything like that, or to associate with people like that. what is the real truth of the matter is what I call into question. And I think there's many people in this city who can tell that I'm not guilty. That I'm probably not the only person that wonders that. It was Abraham Lincoln who said, the United States, as mighty as it is, we have no foreign enemy to fear more than we could fear ourselves. And if anybody was to destroy this country, it would be us who would destroy our own country. The United States would destroy itself. And I believe this kind of situation is exactly what he was referring to. And that was in 1865. And he said that Truman was another one who warned us, President Truman, who warned us of the military-industrial complex, the marriage between the military and the commercial interests of the industrial complex, where businesses, private companies are married to the military and it becomes an industry for money. So that the motives to do that would overwhelm and overcome the precepts of American democracy. I don't think any of this is doing anything to help anybody. And I think what I see is arrogance and incompetence. Our guys are so incompetent they can't tell the difference between a guilty person and an innocent person, so they just decide to go after everybody and go to this extent to do these types of things, surveilling people and using body doubles and faking stuff and assassinating people's character and destroying their lives because they think they might have a good reason. The founders of this nation believed it was better to let a guilty man go free than send an innocent man to prison. And that is justification for corruption to do that. And it's justification of incompetence. If you're that fucked in the head that you can't even tell, you don't have the professional ability to tell the difference between a terrorist and an innocent American citizen, you shouldn't be doing the job to begin with, let alone having the ability to solicit the assistance of celebrities and DPS and all this kind of stuff, and orchestrate these types of character assassinations. It reeks of incompetence. And basically leaves this country in danger because real terrorists are out here. And somebody's got to be good enough to catch them who doesn't have their head up their ass, sucking around the deck, telling themselves that they're James Bond when they're just idiots with badges, playing games because somebody told them they could. And that's what this looks like to me. Go on.